Yo, what's good, boys? In today's video, we got a little UFC 327 prediction and breakdown video. We got Jiri Prochazka taking on Carlos Alberg for the vacant light heavyweight belt, okay? We got Paulo Costa moving up to light heavyweight. We got a bunch of good fights following up to that main event. And like I said, we're going to go over each and every one in this video, starting with the early prelims, working our way all the way up to the main card, giving my breakdown and prediction for each and every one of these fights. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time waiting, okay? It's been a long time waiting for something this good, okay? It's about goddamn time Dana White's got his bald ass in there and made something good happen for the UFC. And we're getting blessed this weekend, okay? I think every single fight on this card is going to be a banger fight, to be honest with you guys. Every single fight should be a banger fight. Has the potential to be a banger fight, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We had some stuff go down at the press conference, though. We had Jiri Prochazka getting hyped, speaking in Czech. We had Paulo Costa going after Asmat Mirzakhanov, calling him a fat fuck. Saying a little bit of iffy things. He forgot the word up, okay? He kept saying he was going to fuck him up. But one time he said he's going to fuck his fat ass or something like that. So, do with that what you will, but we'll get to that fight later as well. And then we had Josh Hokit being the corniest motherfucker in the UFC. Get this motherfucker a CMF belt, okay? Corniest motherfucker in the UFC. But I'm here for it, okay? He's out there bringing entertainment, which is what we need more of. So, good shit by Josh Hokit, Paulo Costa, and Jiri Prochazka. Dominic Reyes and Johnny Walker, they kept it respectful, okay? Cub Swanson and Nate Landwehr kept it pretty respectful. And the crowd went crazy for Cub Swanson. All right. He's got his retirement fight, but we'll get to that fight as well. But let's get down here to the bottom of the card. Quit the yapping. Cut the yapping out, okay? And get into these predictions and breakdown right after I get a drink, because my throat is dry as fuck. All right. Starting off the card, we got a pretty good fight here. I think it's a good move by the UFC. We got Charles Radtke taking on Francisco Prado. I think it's a good way to start off the card, like I said. Should go the full distance. Should be a lot of back and forth, I think so. But I'm going with Charles Radtke to get this one done by decision, okay, over Francisco Prado. I think Charles Radtke just brings a little bit too much pressure for Francisco Prado to handle. And I think that's what's going to win him this fight. You know, along with his pace and his cardio and that. But I think the pressure overall of Charles Radtke is going to win him this fight. He's got some bricks in the hands too, though. So I could see him dropping Francisco Prado, I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's going to be able to get the finish because I think Francisco Prado is going to be able to stick in there just enough, okay? He does get overwhelmed, but he also does a good job of surviving fights. So I think we're going to see Charles Radtke get this one done here by decision. Without any more being said, let's get on to the next. We got Kevin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. And I'm going with Uncle Kevin Gastelum on this one, okay? His loss to Joe Pyfer is just becoming more and more, I guess, acceptable after Joe Pyfer's fights that he's had since then. Or fight since then, I guess. But, I mean, it's just getting more and more like, okay, I'm not going to really judge Kevin Gastelum off that, you know what I mean? Which is why I'm picking him to get this one done by third round TKO over Vicente Luque. I think he's going to be able to pressure well here. Rely on his boxing, rely on his chin, his durability. This guy just does not fucking break Kevin Gastelum, let me tell you. Unk's still got it, and Unk's getting it done by round 3 TKO with that boxing, okay? And his pace, like Charles Radtke, I think the pace is going to play a big part here. And we're going to see Kevin Gastelum come out aggressive. And, you know, just rely on that boxing, rely on that chin. And he doesn't need to do any more than that. He doesn't need to do anything more crazy than that. He needs to rely on his boxing, rely on his chin, get in there, get scrappy with Vicente Luque. And I think he does that and gets this one done by round 3 TKO over Vicente Luque. On to the next and our last early prelim. We got Chris Padilla taking on Marquel Medeiros. And I'm picking the vet here again, okay? Not that Vicente Luque isn't a vet, but I'll pick the vet here. He's a crafty vet, folks. Okay, we got Chris Padilla winning this one by decision over Marquel Medeiros. I think I'm saying that right. Medeiros, something like that. But I'm taking Chris Padilla to get this one done by decision. I think he's gonna be able to put the pace on Medeiros, but it is a close fight. Okay, this is one of those coin flip fights that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. Okay, but I think if we're going based off an analytic standpoint, okay, Chris Padilla's been in there longer. He's got more experience. And he should be able to handle this one. I think he should be able to handle Medeiros pretty well and get this one done by a close 29-28 decision. So let's go with Chris Padilla by decision, baby. Then we're on to our prelims, where we got Tatiana Suarez taking on Lupi Godinez, okay? Our one and only women's fight on the card. So I'm hoping I can get it right, okay? I'm hoping I can get this one right. But I'm taking the underdog, okay? I'm taking Lupi Godinez to get this one done here. Look, Tatiana Suarez, she's got good wrestling, right? Good grappling. But her fucking striking is absolutely abysmal, okay? This shit sucks. Her striking sucks. And that's gonna be her fault in this fight. It's gonna be her kryptonite, is her striking. In which Lupi Godinez has got to capitalize on, I think. She's tough. She's explosive. She's athletic. She's stockier than Tatiana Suarez. So if she can just get past those takedowns of Tatiana Suarez, I think she gets this one done by decision. So yeah, this is our first upset pick, I think. Let me check. Yeah, first upset pick of the card. Like I said, I'm taking quite a few underdogs, but the first one's going to be here. We're taking Lupi Godinez to get this one done by her athleticism, by decision, baby. On to the next. We got a pretty good matchup here for the lightweight division. We got Mateusz Gamrot taking on Esteban Ribovics. And I'm going with Gamrot here. Look, he did get completely out-wrestled by Charles Oliveira, completely out-grappled pretty much the whole fight. But, I mean, we just seen what Charles Oliveira did to Max Holloway. So, I don't think we can count Mateusz Gamrot out on that. And he's got good wrestling. He's got good grappling. And I think he's going to be able to capitalize on that in this fight here against Esteban Ribovics. Don't get me wrong. Esteban Ribovics is good on the feet. And I'm a bit worried for Mateusz Gamrot there. But if he can just... It's kind of like the opposite of the fight that we just went over against Tatiana Suarez and Lupi Godinez. But I think if he can just stick it out on the feet, get his takedowns, control Ribovics on the ground, maybe look for a submission for himself. But I think I'm going to go with either a late round submission, round 3 submission, or a decision win for Mateusz Gamrot here. Let's move on to the next. Not too much to say about that fight. I think that might be one of the more boring fights on this card, Mateusz Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovics. But it still should be pretty entertaining, okay? But it doesn't matter because we're bouncing right back into the entertaining fights. We got Kevin Holland taking on Randy Brown. I have thought about this fight so fucking much because I don't know what Kevin Holland is going to show up. And that's how it is every time predicting Kevin Holland's fights, okay? You don't know 45-70 Kevin Holland's going to show up. You know, the one that doesn't want to be a champion because he chooses not to be a champion. Or the motivated, I need to get a win here, Kevin Holland is going to show up. You don't know if the all my nuts hurt the whole entire fight, Kevin Holland is going to show up. Or, like I said, if the motivated Kevin Holland is going to show up. It's a fucking coin flip with this guy. And for some reason, I'm picking him to win by round 3 submission. Which I don't know if I should do. But we're going with it anyways. Fuck it. Kevin Holland, round 3 submission. I think he's a better grappler than Randy Brown, obviously. And I think if he's improved any on the feet, I think he should be able to be okay on the feet with Randy Brown. I am a bit worried though that he gets clipped by Randy Brown. But I think this is another one of those situations. If he can just survive the feet, do good enough on the feet, he can get a takedown, get a submission. Maybe round 2. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go round 2 Kevin Holland submission. I could see that more. I could see round 2 Kevin Holland submission. Or round 3. We'll go with that. Round 3, or round 2 or 3 submission from Kevin Holland is what I think we're going to see here. Not too much more to say about this fight. Like I said, if he can just survive on the feet, get some takedowns maybe, or maybe clip Randy Brown. Maybe he clips Randy Brown, drops him, gets a submission that way. But I think we see a submission from Kevin Holland either way, round 2 or 3. Now we're getting on to the risky part, boys. I'm not throwing a lot of cheddar on this, okay? But I am going to throw a little bit of cheddar on that fucking... What is he? Let me check what he is, okay? Let me check what the odds are for this motherfucker, Patricio Pitbull, real quick. Pull it up, Jamie. Let's see. We got... I think last time I checked, he was plus 250 or something. Where's it at, bro? Plus 235 underdog for Patricio Pitbull, which I think is fucking insane for him to be a plus 235 underdog against Aaron Pico, of all people, okay? I think Pitbull gets this one done, okay? I think he gets it done by either a late round knockout or a decision win. He's explosive, he's dangerous, he's getting up there in age, but I think he's still got it. He's a veteran, he's experienced, and he knows how to handle fighters like Pico, okay? He knows how to take care of them. If he survives early, he just got to get past that first round and maybe like half of the second round, I think. And if he gets past that, it's over for Aaron Pico. We're cashing out on the big dog, Patricio Pitbull, in this one. Give me him by round 3 TKO or a decision win for Pitbull here. Now we're moving on to my favorite part, this beautiful main card. We got Cub Swanson taking on Nate Landwehr for our opener for the main card. And I'm going with the crafty vet. Well, they're both crafty vets, really. But I'm going with the more crafty vet in Cub Swanson to get this one done here by decision. A lot of people are counting him out, okay? A lot of people are taking Nate Landwehr. I'm taking Cub Swanson. I like him in this fight. I like him a lot. Landwehr, he gets a little emotional, okay? Especially over really technical and really just like pressure fighters like Cub Swanson. He gets a little emotional. He lets things fly a little bit. A little bit of an autistic personality from Nate Landwehr. He kind of gets out of hand sometimes, starts throwing some wild shots. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think Cub Swanson's going to be able to capitalize on those moments and just clip him up. Like I said, take advantage of the kind of autistic moments that Nate Landwehr has, where he gets too emotional in the fights, starts swinging for the fucking fences. I think Cub Swanson's going to be able to stay on the outside, count on the striking, and get this one done here by decision. Excuse me. So yeah, give me Cub Swanson to win in his retirement fight. Good ass career by Cub Swanson. Entertaining fighter. Sad to see him go, but hopefully he gets to go off with a beautiful decision win over Nate Landwehr here. Now we're on to the toughest fight of the card. To pick, we got Dominic Reyes taking on Johnny Walker. This is a fucking tough fight to pick. When I first started the video, I was going to go with Dominic Reyes, okay? But I've been thinking about it. I kind of want to go with Johnny Walker. I don't know, bro. This is such a coin flip. I'm not betting on this fight at all because I literally have no clue who the fuck's going to win. You got Dominic Reyes. He's technical. He's got good straight punches. He's got good boxing. And then you got fucking Johnny Walker. Pretty much another Jiri Prochazka, okay? He's taller. He's rangier. He's weird. He's awkward as fuck for Dominic Reyes to deal with. I don't know. Here's what I think this fight comes down to. I think Johnny Walker either gets a first round KO, or I think Dominic Reyes wins by decision. I think it's one of those two. I honestly, literally have no clue, but I think I'm gonna lean towards. Dominic Reyes to get this one done by either knockout in the later rounds, like I said, or decision. But if that doesn't happen, I can clearly see Johnny Walker getting this one done by round 1 knockout as well. So this is the biggest coin flip on the fight or on the card. But final prediction: Dominic Reyes by decision. Let's go for that. Okay. Not gonna spend too much time on that because I literally have been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it over and over, and nothing's firm on that fight. I have no clue who's gonna win, to be honest, but I'm leaning towards Dominic Reyes, so we'll just go with that. On to the next fight. We got Curtis Blades taking on Josh Hokit. Little heavyweight matchup here. Should be good. And I think we see Curtis Blades get this one done. I think he relies on his wrestling here. I don't know. We haven't really seen Josh Hokit deal with a wrestler and a grappler like Curtis Blades, as good as Curtis Blades. And if he just wrestles here and doesn't try to stand up with Josh Hokit, doesn't let the stuff that Josh Hokit's been saying get to his head, and just relies on his good wrestling, on his good grappling, I think he gets this one done easily by decision. He's fought way better competition, and he plays smart. So I don't think Josh Hokit's going to be too much of a threat for him. So give me Curtis Blades by decision. Josh Hokit's a little unproven. Maybe he proves me wrong and knocks out Curtis Blades. But we got to go based off of what we do know, and that's Curtis Blades has been in there with some high-level guys in the past, and he's played it off good. Even the fights that he's lost, he's played good. He's stuck in there. And if he can just rely on his wrestling, like I said, his grappling, he gets this one down by an easy decision. But let's just hope he does not try to stand up with Josh Hokit, or else we could see a ranked Josh Hokit. Okay. Moving on to the next. We got I'm not more excited. I'm not more excited than the Jiri fight for this one, but I am super excited for this fight. We got Osman Mirzakhanov taking on Paulo Costa. And I'm going with the underdog again, okay? Give me Paulo Costa by an absolute masterclass. I've seen a lot of people say that they're taking Paulo Costa, even though he is an underdog. I've seen a lot of people say that they think he's going to put on a masterclass performance here. And I completely agree. He's going to keep Mirzakhanov at range, fire those body kicks like he was throwing them on Roman Kopylov, and he's going to get this one done. I'm going to say, I want to say KO, but I think I'm going to go with decision. I think I'm going to take Paulo Costa by decision or a late round KO, round 3 TKO, or a decision. His body work's going to be insane. He's got a big fat target on Mirzakhanov right there for his body work. But Mirzakhanov is dangerous early, so we could see Paulo Costa talk all that shit and then get slept in round 1. You never know. But I think Paulo Costa's got this. He's fighting at his more natural weight, so he should be a lot stronger, a lot more powerful, I think, than when he moves down to middleweight, or when he cuts down to middleweight. So give me Paulo Costa by round 3 TKO or a decision win. Now, we are to the main event of the card. Jiri Prochazka taking on Carlos Alberg for the light heavyweight title. And I'm going with Jiri Prochazka all the way. I think this is such a Jiri type. It's such a Jiri type story. You know what I mean? Alex Pereira moves out of the division, and it's now his time. It's the comeback time. There's too many things adding up to this fight to where Jiri doesn't win, okay? Gets beat by Alex Pereira, comes back, gets a few good wins, and now he's up for the title again. His daughter's being born the day after the fight. Like, come on, dude. The MMA gods cannot possibly fuck this one up and give Carlos Alberg the win, right? This guy was dry as fuck at the press conference. And I'm not looking forward to a lightweight division, light heavyweight division, where Carlos Alberg is champ. It's unacceptable. He cannot win. And that's why I'm going with Jiri Prochazka by round 4 KO. I think at the beginning of the fight, it's going to be iffy, per usual, Jiri. We're going to be sitting there thinking, oh shit, Jiri's about to lose. We're about to have Carlos Alberg as champ. And then out of nowhere, round 4, Jiri enters the samurai spirit and knocks the fuck out of Carlos Alberg and gets this one done by round 4 TKO or KO. I don't think it goes to decision here. I think it's a clean round 4 KO for Jiri Prochazka here. And that's going to do it, folks. I didn't even say why. I was just going based off lore. But I think Jiri Prochazka is going to be a little bit too awkward for Carlos Alberg, okay? Because he is. That's exactly what he is. He's unorthodox, constant pressure, weird angles, moves his head when he actually does move his head, okay? Sometimes he just blocks punches with his head, but when he does move his head, he's got good head work, okay? Alberg's technical. He does stay composed, but I think it's just going to be a little bit too much. But over 3 rounds, I could see maybe Carlos Alberg winning. But over 5 rounds, I think it's going to get to him. I think the pressure and the weirdness of Jiri Prochazka is going to get to him a little bit too much, and he's going to end up getting clipped by Jiri in round 4. So that's the final prediction for the main event. Jiri Prochazka is getting it done by round 4 KO. And that's about it, boys. It's about it for this card. There was a lot of ums in this video. I've tried to record this video probably about 20 times. And I keep fucking up what I'm trying to say. So I had to restart about 20 times. I'm losing my fucking voice here, okay? I'm losing my fucking voice, all right? But I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. And hopefully we cash out. Hopefully we cash out big. For my parlay, I think I'm going to go with Jiri Prochazka by KO or TKO. And then I'm going to go with Paulo Costa by TKO or decision. Then I think for the third leg, I might do... Who might I do? I'll probably go Charles Radke for my third leg on the parlay. I think that's a pretty safe parlay. Charles Radke to get it done by decision. Paulo Costa by TKO or decision. And then Jiri Prochazka by knockout. I think that's a good parlay. Then I might throw in a little lottery parlay, if you want to call it that, with Patricio Pitbull. Maybe Lupi Godinez, and then yeah, that's probably it for that. For the maybe Kevin Holland, I'll throw him on the lottery parlay just because this motherfucker did. Like I said, an absolute coin flip with Kevin Holland. You don't know which Kevin Holland's going to show up on fight day, so that'll probably be that for the lottery parlay. Lupi Godinez, Kevin Holland, and Pitbull to get them done. And then I might go decision for Pitbull on another lottery parlay. Put him in for a decision. Put Kevin Holland in for a submission, and then put Lupi Godinez in for another decision. For another lottery parlay. But do with the predictions what you will. Hit the sports books, don't. But I think it's a good time to take advantage of them. Make some cheddar this weekend. So I'm gonna quit the yapping, get off here and post this out into the void of YouTube. Peace.